What's going on, everybody? It's Jeff here. Welcome back to the channel. AMC smashing out of the gate right through that $48 level, almost touching $50. Did not hold that $48 level. We still do have an hour left as I'm making this video, and hopefully we see a run like we did yesterday. The entire market began to pull back. The shorts just continued to jump on their position and completely took advantage of it. In this video, I want to go over everything that is going on where AMC currently stands, and I also want to talk about something that I see a lot of people struggling with, and I'm just going to break it down. I hope I can help out some of you. So let's get right into it. First off, let's take a look at that AMC chart. Look absolutely beautiful. Came up a little bit too quick. We saw that consolidation around that $49 level. And like I said, the entire market pulled back once they saw a SPY turn, and the small caps even as well. They just added on to it, continued to short it all the way down. Did come back testing that $48 again. If you want to talk about a very, very strong resistance, we're knocking on this numerous times on the daily, but even look at this. Again, on the intraday, the 1 minute, we barely even got a penny above this. So let's hope we get a nice knock going forward for the end of the day. Now, before we finish what we're talking about with AMC, I do want to shout this out, and we're going to talk about a few different things. I had given these plays one was at 11:30 and one was at 2 o'clock. And this one was the play of the day, and so many people absolutely capitalized on this and actually made more money than I did. I got out of this one a little bit too soon. Was EFTR. And I see a lot of people, they're reaching out, they're talking about other plays, and they get caught up in the chasing too much. And what I want to talk about is what exactly happened today with this play, which is up, 160%. It broke out right here early in the morning around 10 o'clock at that $15 level. I saw it break out, and I said, you know, if it doesn't continue, I'm not going to chase this one. I kept it on my radar. I watched it break out again, and I did not catch this one either going into it. All right, I actually got pulled out of this one a little bit. I ended up, that's why I wrote that the market makers were not very friendly to us. I got pulled on this one a little bit. And I had said to everybody that once you get over that $19 level, it's gonna go. And that's all you had to do was wait for that next high of the day. Don't go chasing, don't buy the bottoms. Just wait for that next high of the day. You watch the volume building. Look at this chart. You watch the volume building. You set up your lines there, whether you're, no matter what you're doing, no matter how many shares, you have a smaller account, a bigger account, no matter what, you wait for that break and you add to it. Now, if you want to get in and out of quick, you easily could have gotten, what is this, 4 points. You buy 1,000 shares, even if it's a small account, let's say 500 shares, $2,000, and that's it. Boom, you're done. You want to play a little bit riskier, then that's no problem. You set your points and you set your stops. If you set your stop to be even at that $19 level when you got in, you would have rode this. Like some of the people in the group rode all the way to $40. I rode this one up. I ended up getting out of it. I had to take a call a little bit later on. I knew that I had some calls to make, so I wasn't able to stay in this, so I got out of it. But it doesn't matter how you're playing this. You want to play it for the short term, wait for it to break that again. I had announced it again. If it broke that $24 level, she's going to go. It never held back. It doesn't have to be overcomplicated, and you don't have to end up chasing certain stocks. Now, I'm not saying this is easy, because there's not many things in life that are easy, but you don't have to overcomplicate things. Now, the other thing that I want to point out, this was another one here, was ATER. I said if this one broke $9, it was going to go. I actually saw it come up here. I told everybody that I was out. I was done playing it. This is just a little while ago, and they ripped it all the way up and made a buck. You have $1,000. You made 1,000 shares, $9,000 portfolio, made $1,000, a little over 10%, just like that. All right, if you also look at this one I had called out as well, BBIG, I said if it got over 1150, this one was going to go to 1250, and look exactly what happened. That's why you set some stop limits. Now, not stop losses, is a little bit different, because they'll blast right through it, but stop limits, so you prepare for yourself from these nasty rips down. Now, I do want to point this out too. I know you might be thinking to yourself, oh, you know, I'm not a day trader, I don't have time for this, or you're saying that I'm a day trader. Well, in reality, I don't really prefer to day trade. I run a business, I do other things, and I like to be able to kind of set things and forget it. But the reason why I've been calling out so many plays of just, you get in and you get out, is because that's the market that we're in. It's not that I prefer to do that. That's the market that we're in. Just like if you remember back in, October, November, December, January of last year, it was like you had NIO that was making, 2,000 cars, I think a month at some point, and it was worth more than General Motors. You had CCIV which was a SPAC that was going to be merging with the news about merging with Lucid that didn't even have a car on the road yet. That was still going up to like 60, I don't know, 62, $63 a share. You could overnight that thing, no problem, swing it, ride it out. I mean, your entire portfolio was green. And that's because that's the market that we're in. So when we talk about, oh, day trading and this and that, one of the only things that I hold, religiously is AMC. And I also used to share my portfolio to everybody in the group, and I don't do it anymore because my portfolio is extremely thin right now from what it was. And it's because, like I said, you have to adapt with the way the markets are turning. Think about all the news. If you watch the video I made yesterday, talking about everything that's going on with Congress right now, you have the economy starting to stall, you have the Delta variant ramping up, unemployment benefits that ended, the eviction moratorium. I mean, what did Goldman Sachs? 750,000 evictions. I mean, there's a lot of things looming. We are deep into the second year of the bull run, and the S&P has not had its 10% correction yet. Now, I'm not going full YOLO on puts. I said that to everybody too. We're not going YOLO on puts yet. However, it's just the market that we're in. So rather than trying to chase things and swing things, and yes, you might be able to hit this, and we talk about BBIG, and there's a lot of people that are, saying it has the same setup as SPRT does, and it could run to $20, $30, and maybe it can. And if you want to risk it, you have a small portfolio, $2,000-3,000 bucks, and you're like, you know what? I don't care. I can go make this again at work, and I just want to risk it all. Then that's fine. But if it yanks down to $7 and it just doesn't recover, well, you just lost, what was it, 40% of the play. So you got to kind of think on both sides of it. And it doesn't always have to be of what you're catching over. As we're watching BBIG, it's absolutely yanking right now. But so the reason why I'm saying this is just because it's the market that we're in. And if you start to wrap your head around that it's not the way that I'm playing or the way that other people are playing, it's just the type of market that we're in. You start to adapt with how the market is responding, how investors are responding. You're looking at the, the SPY getting insanely toppy. We talk about that. If you look at on the daily chart, it just continues to get frothy, and it makes the same patterns. And it's just like, it's just like AMC with that $48 level. You knock on it enough, it's going to blast through it. It's the same thing with the SPY. You knock on that 50 and you're using that 50 as support. There's only so many times for eventually it's just going to drop right through it. And when you have these plays that you're holding and holding and holding, that's when you're going to lose massively. And you're able to take the small plays and be able to get out of it, or just sit on the sidelines if you're not very well with it. Trade a couple shares at a time. Wait for the market to really get back to that bullish sentiment where you can go long like we did a year and a half ago, but we're just not in that type of market. The last thing I'm going to say before I cover something on AMC is this. If you are under the PDT rule and and basically you're entering a play and you cannot sell it for 2, 3, or 4 days because of the PDT rule, I would not recommend even getting in that play. There's been so many people that I talked to too. They buy in at, let's say, $20, it rips up to 30, and they're like, well, I hope it stays like that, for the next 3 days because I can't sell or I lose trading for 90 days. Just wait. Just don't take a play. Don't put yourself in that predicament. Like I said, it might work out for you, but just go to the roulette table, play 11 and 17. They've done very well for me. All right. So last thing, like I had said, the volume is still looking pretty low for AMC of the day. It's still a bullish pattern. The options chain is still looking bullish as we're still at that 77 to 23 ratio. We're going to have to make a couple more knocks as it looks like. Hopefully we get a rip going into the last part of the day. We're sitting at $47 right now. We do have what's looking like a little bit of a doji candle happening right now. Hopefully we get another blast going through like we did. A little bit of a double bottom. We'll see if we get that, Carl. That 48 is still going to act as hard resistance. I will continue to cover this. I hope this video helped you out, just gave you a different perspective and maybe just a different reasoning of understanding of why not only myself, but a lot of other people are going shorter and shorter and shorter. And if you do want to learn about some plays and just be able to get some ideas, first link in the description. We have a great group of people that really all help each other out. So that's it for this one. I'll see you in the next one.